Hello everyone! Welcome to Easy Law Online. This is Attorney Chato Olivas. Ang topic natin ngayon ay tungkol pa rin sa adoption. This is video number 2 of my adoption series. Ang topic natin for now is who may be adopted. Sa video number 1, pinag-usapan natin ang who may adopt. Sino ang pwedeng mag-adopt. So kung na-miss mo ang video number 1, nilagay ko sa description ang YouTube link para mapanood mo rin ito. So ngayon, sa video number 2, ang basis pa din natin ay ang Republic Act number 11642 dated January 6, 2022. Ito ay kilalang Domestic Administrative Adoption and Alternative Child Care Act. Ang question ng who may be adopted, this is governed by Section 22 of this Republic Act. So, who may be adopted? Sino mga pwedeng i-adopt? Letter A, any child who has been issued a CDCLAA. CDCLAA ang tawag namin dyan. Ang ibig sabihin nito ay Certificate Declaring a Child Legally Available for Adoption. Now, ano ba to? Ito ay isang final written administrative order issued by the NACC, National Authority for Child Care, declaring a child to be abandoned and neglected and committing such child to the care of the NACC through a foster parent, guardian, or duly licensed child caring or child placing agency. The rights of the biological parents, guardian, or other custodian to exercise authority over the child shall cease upon the issuance of the CDCLAA. Magre-record ako ng separate video tungkol sa CDCLAA para mas maintindihan ninyo kung papaano kayong makakakuha ng certificate na ito. Ang pangalawang category ng children who may be adopted, that's letter B, are the legitimate children or legitimate child of one spouse who may be adopted by the other spouse. Okay, so for example, you have a widow, meron siyang legitimate child, tapos nag-asawa siya, yung kanyang asawa, pwedeng i-adopt yung kanyang legitimate child. Letter C, an illegitimate child may be adopted by a qualified adopter to improve the status of legitimacy. Sinasabing qualified adopter kasi dapat yung qualifications ng batas tungkol sa who are authorized or qualified to adopt must be followed. So ito makikita ninyo sa video number 1. So magbigay tayo ng example. A woman has an illegitimate child and then she gets married. Her husband can adopt her illegitimate child to make the child legitimate. Another example, a woman has an illegitimate child. Her brother may adopt the child so that the status of the child will be that of a legitimate child. Kasi ang isang effect ng adoption nagiging legitimate child siya nung nag-adopt sa kanya. Okay? Meron mga ibang rights ang mga legitimate child compared sa illegitimate child at pag-uusapan natin yan sa separate video. Now, category D. A Filipino of legal age may be adopted if prior to the adoption, said person has been consistently and considered and treated by the adopters as their own child for a period of at least 3 years. So, usually, pag inisip nating adoption, we're referring to minor children. Pero itong letter D, kahit hindi na siya minor, pwede pa rin siyang i-adopt ng kanyang ng parents na nag-alaga sa kanya, okay? As long as that person has been consistently considered and treated by the adopters as their own child. Pinalaki siya for at least 3 years. Yan yung requirement ng batas. Letter E, a foster child. Sino ang foster child? This is a child that has been placed under foster care. Foster care refers to the provision of planned temporary substitute parental care to a child by a foster parent. Foster parent refers to a person duly licensed by the NACC to provide foster care. Okay, so this relationship of caring for a child under foster care is governed by a different law. That's Republic Act number 10165 dated June 11, 2012. And so, gagawa rin tayo ng separate video tungkol dito. Just wait for it. Now, let's go to letter F. A child whose adoption has been previously rescinded. So, inadopt na ang bata dati pero napawalang bisa ang adoption dahil sa mga susunod na dahilan. Number 1, repeated physical or verbal maltreatment by the adopter despite having undergone counseling. Number 2, attempt on the life of the adoptee. Pinagtangkaan, patayin ang batang inadopt. Letter number 3, abandonment and failure to comply with parental obligations. Yun, pwedeng i-rescind or pwedeng mapawalang bisa ang adoption in any of these 3 situations. Letter G, a child whose biological or adoptive parents have died, provided that no proceedings shall be initiated within 6 months from the time of death of said parents. So kung isang bata, wala na siyang biological parents, o wala na siyang adoptive parents, pwede siyang i-adopt. Kaya lang sa loob ng 6 na buwan, from the time the parents died, hindi pwedeng magkaroon ng adoption proceedings. At ang pinakahuling category ng pwedeng i-adopt is a relative of the adopter. Ang kamag-anak ng gustong mag-adopt, pwedeng i-adopt. Okay, so there is another question in connection with this. Sino ang dapat magbigay ng written consent sa adoption? This is governed by Section 23 of the same law. Sabi ng batas na to, after being properly counseled and informed of the right to give or withhold approval of the adoption, the written consent of the following to the adoption is hereby required. So dapat ang consent is in writing, hindi lang basta verbal consent. Okay, sino-sinong mga to? A, the adoptee, yung i-adopt. Dapat magbigay siya ng written consent if he or she is 10 years old or more. Letter B, the biological parents of the child if known, or the legal guardian, or the proper government instrumentality which has legal custody of the child. Consent of biological parents is not necessary in case of a Filipino of legal age if prior to the adoption, said person has been consistently considered and treated as their own child by the adopters for at least 3 years. Okay. Letter C, the legitimate and adopted children, 10 years of age or over, of the adopters. Letter D, the illegitimate children, 10 years of age or over, of the adopter if living with said adopter or over whom the adopter exercises parental authority, together with the latter spouse if any. And letter E, the spouse, if any, of the person adopting or to be adopted. Kailangan magbigay ng written consent. Now, nabanggit natin kanina na ang hihingian ng written consent are children 10 years old and above. Paano naman yung children who are 9 years old and below? According to the law, they must be consulted. Dapat rin mabigyan sila ng counseling. Pero hindi na sila i-require ng mag-execute ng written consent. Hanggang dito na lamang tayo for now. Sana makatulong ito sa inyo. Kung nag-benefit kayo sa video na ito, kindly subscribe to my channel and tell your friends about it. Until next time, let's all do justice, love kindness, and walk humbly with God. This is from Micah chapter 6, verse 8. Ito po si Attorney Chato Olivas ng Easy Law Online, making the law easier to understand. See you next time.